skin that tears like wet paper under a gentle breeze, an infant's brain pulsating completely outside of its fractured skull, a face melted away by devil acid, and limbs that simply stopped growing in the womb. What happens when human DNA glitches in the most violent ways imaginable? Welcome to Epic Human Stories. We don't look away from the extreme. We track down rare people who were born different, documenting the unbelievable appearances of those who refuse to hide. These extraordinary individuals are taking their medical curses and turning them into armor. When your own biology tries to destroy you, how do you fight back? Let's find out. Number 18. Australian Deb Roach. Imagine conquering the gravity-defying art of professional pole fitness with a single arm. Deb Roach, a phenomenal Australian powerhouse born without her left arm, proved that the absolute impossible is merely a starting line. Instead of accepting biological boundaries, she weaponized her condition into pure motivation after witnessing the mesmerizing movements of club dancers. Her grueling journey transcends basic survival. This is a fierce artistic rebellion, directly dismantling every conventional restriction regarding human potential and ultimate physical capability. Deprived of a second anchor point, every single spin became a harrowing battle of physics and raw grit, requiring astonishing physical power. Yet through unyielding determination, she conquered punishing technical mechanics to reach the absolute pinnacle of her sport, seizing 2 major international pole dancing championships. Deb transformed that cold steel apparatus into a powerful stage for iron will, where every movement echoes a miraculous triumph over adversity with mesmerizing grace. Today, this extraordinary 2-time world champion does far more than perform. She ignites an enduring flame within the next generation as a professional instructor. Deb Roach has fundamentally shattered public perception surrounding pole dancing, transforming this art into an undeniable symbol of equality and absolute resilience. Her miraculous journey delivers an unfathomable message. When the human spirit is free, no physical missing piece can ever stop you from soaring. She remains the living embodiment of a profound truth. The only real limits exist within our minds. Number 17. Becca Ask. Becca Ask, hailing from Woodbury, Minnesota, once survived the oppressive shadow of agonizing insecurity. This stemmed from a prominent congenital port wine stain and blue nevus on her face. Ever since the 6th grade, she fell into a toxic dependency on cosmetics. She viewed makeup as a mandatory, suffocating mask to hide her shattered self-confidence. Brutal insults, labeling her hideous or unlovable, instantly extinguished her hope. This forced Becca to believe her bare skin was a tragic flaw to be concealed. She endured years of harrowing pain, believing no soul could ever love the true person trapped beneath heavy layers of foundation and the perpetual terror of exposure. Everything shifted completely when Becca discovered light through the unconditional devotion and steadfast support of her partner Dalton over the past 6 years. This profound connection sparked an emotional revolution, permanently transforming makeup from a mere weapon of concealment into a proud form of artistic expression. Today, she no longer hides, but confidently showcases what were once labeled defects across social media, establishing herself as an astonishing creator with the power to radiate extraordinary resilience. Becca has proven that when we truly learn to embrace ourselves, the world has no choice but to watch with absolute admiration and respect. Number 16. Riana Botha. Riana Botha spent agonizing decades escaping her true self behind suffocating thick layers of foundation. Sturge-Weber syndrome left a prominent port wine stain across her face, triggering deep insecurity and paralyzing fear whenever she faced the outside world. For this 36-year-old, stepping outside without makeup was once completely unthinkable. Cruel stares and insensitive comments from strangers trapped her in a harrowing cycle of concealment. Her self-confidence was crushed by the abnormal blood cell development carried since birth, creating a silent, desperate battle for acceptance and visibility. Motherhood sparked a profound spiritual revolution within Riana, helping her shed the mask and embrace her true beauty. Instead of viewing her birthmark as a tragic flaw, she miraculously transformed it into an undeniable symbol of resilience and self-esteem. Today, as a professional makeup artist, she weaponizes social media to challenge toxic stereotypes and educate the public about this rare condition. Riana is not merely sharing her own harrowing journey. She is igniting an enduring flame of hope for millions, asserting that a woman's worth is never dictated by markings on her skin. She stands as an astonishing beacon of absolute authenticity, teaching humanity to look far beyond the surface and value the spirit within. Number 15. Virsaviya Borun-Goncharova. Entered this world carrying an unfathomable medical anomaly, Virsaviya Borun-Goncharova was diagnosed with pentology of Cantrell. This rare condition forces her beating heart completely outside her chest cavity. Shielded by merely a delicate layer of skin, this exposed lifeline serves as a visual testament to the sheer vulnerability of human life. Yet far from a hopeless tragedy, this profound anatomical marvel transformed her into a fiercely resilient young warrior, mesmerizing global audiences tracking her miraculous fight for survival. Surviving with a vulnerable external heart demands confronting monumental dangers from the most minor physical contact. Each deliberate step and joyful smile Virsaviya offers represents a harrowing triumph over severe biological blockades once declared utterly insurmountable by modern science. Rather than merely enduring these brutal physical constraints, she harnesses an astonishing, radiant vitality to completely revolutionize our understanding of human fortitude. Virsaviya's miraculous endurance demonstrates that a relentless willpower can safeguard the most fragile anatomy against devastating odds, proving that life always prevails. Presently, Virsaviya has transcended her status as a medical anomaly, becoming a global symbol of bravery and inspiration. Utilizing her profound impact on digital media, she broadcasts an essential message about treasuring every heartbeat and embracing oneself despite physical imperfections. Her narrative stands as an invaluable lesson for humanity, proving that true beauty and human worth reside not in anatomical flawlessness, but in an unyielding determination to live vibrantly in the absolute present. Number 14. Shirvani Naran. Shirvani Naran does not merely survive. She completely redefines human endurance inside a body as delicate as silk. Diagnosed at birth with recessive dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa, RDEB, her skin remains thinner than paper, vulnerable to devastating tears from a mere breeze or gentle touch. Against all odds, she stands as one of the ultra-rare individuals in South Africa to ever reach adulthood. Though modern medicine labeled her agonizing condition as the most severe and forecast a grim destiny, Shirvani bravely confronts this excruciating, bone-deep torment daily, fiercely demanding her rightful place in this world. Grim forecasts once asserted that someone like her would never experience romantic bliss or establish a home of her own. Cynics focused strictly on the harrowing blisters and physical torment, completely dismissing the immense capacity for love inside such a resilient heart. Yet for Shirvani, those cruel judgments served as vital catalysts to prove that destiny belongs to no outsider, but rests within individual willpower. She obliterated every psychological barrier to pursue her deep longing for a complete family, an aspiration onlookers routinely labeled an impossible illusion. Now, at age 34, Shirvani Naran stands as a magnificent monument to unparalleled inner fortitude, delivering a direct defiance against archaic prejudices. Her incredible success in constructing a family represents more than an isolated personal triumph. It broadcasts an awakening message regarding true human value far beneath the outer epidermis. Her journey teaches us that while skin remains fragile and vulnerable, an indomitable spirit will relentlessly forge a path toward fulfillment, transforming the impossible into a radiant reality. Number 13. Jennifer Sierra. In Miami, Jennifer Sierra is more than an elite event planner. She is a living monument of resilience against adversity. Born with spinal muscular atrophy type 2, a condition that traps others in dark insecurity, Jennifer uses her wheelchair to accelerate fiercely toward her dreams. At 32, she stands as a luxury wedding expert and a magnetic social media star. Her harrowing story systematically shatters stereotypical chains, proving that physical disability never restricts talent or creativity. She remains a powerhouse, redefining what is possible when one refuses to be defined by a medical diagnosis. Far past the glamour of luxury celebrations, Jennifer Sierra courageously fights a monumental battle, dismantling deep prejudices regarding the bodies and sexuality of disabled individuals. She speaks fearlessly on topics deemed taboo, from intimacy to every woman's right to feel truly sensual and confident. Jennifer is igniting an unstoppable fire, urging others to embrace flaws and cherish their self-worth. Her mission goes far beyond inspiration. She is redefining beauty and spiritual freedom for women worldwide. By being unapologetically herself, she invites everyone to escape the shadows. Number 12. Mariia Bilenka. At 23 years old, Kiev native Mariia Bilenka is spearheading the skin confidence revolution, shattering severe acne stigmas through unedited Instagram photos. After plunging into a harrowing void of despair and hiding from the world following a brutal flare-up in Germany, she found light within an online community, transforming agonizing shame into radiant pride. Mariia, gliding effortlessly across the Russian ice rink with her follower Anastasia, is more than a confrontation with haunting past fears. It remains a powerful declaration. True beauty ignites the moment you stop running and embrace your imperfections with absolute, unwavering courage. Number 11. Ditte Hagelund. Ditte Hagelund, the steel rose from Denmark, was born with a body as fragile as crystal due to osteogenesis imperfecta type 3. At 26, she has endured over 200 devastating bone fractures, a harrowing tally capable of crushing any spirit. Standing only 1 meter tall and relying on a wheelchair, Ditte once lived in deep insecurity because of her physical differences. She believed her disabilities were insurmountable barriers, isolating her from the vibrant world, leaving her drowning in frustration. Her life was a relentless battle against her own biology and the limitations society placed upon her. That someone called it a tragedy she was disabled, claiming she otherwise could have been a model, became the prejudiced spark that ignited Ditte's iron will. She boldly chose to conquer the fashion industry to shatter every cruel stereotype, proving that true beauty thrives in a radiant spirit rather than a perfect skeleton. After 3 decades, Ditte is no longer just the girl with brittle bones, but a proud fashion icon. She teaches humanity that when we stop looking at the illness and start looking at the person, life blooms in magnificent ways, proving ultimate strength is internal. Number 10. Winnie Harlow. Winnie Harlow transcends the standard definition of a model. She represents a monumental force reshaping modern beauty. Diagnosed with vitiligo at a young age, she faced harrowing torment and social rejection due to her visible skin variations. Instead of letting society dictate her worth, she transformed her striking uniqueness into an unforgettable signature identity. Her profound journey isn't about overcoming an imperfection, but awakening to a deeper truth. What makes you different makes you phenomenally powerful. From a bullied schoolgirl to an icon conquering global runways, every step delivered a definitive declaration. You don't have to fit standards, you create your own. Fate rarely grants a seamless beginning, and Winnie's grueling story stands as undeniable proof. Agonizing emotional trauma nearly forced her out of school, leaving her profoundly lost. Instead of surrendering, she chose to reconstruct her life from the shattered fragments of insecurity. Stepping onto reality television, she sought more than career opportunities, she challenged her limits before millions. That unfathomable courage unlocked doors that previously seemed non-existent. Winnie refused to alter her essence. She compelled the world to broaden its perspective and embrace her. This was no stroke of luck, it was the direct triumph of resilience and unwavering self-belief. The true marvel of Winnie's journey lies not in fame, but how she wields her voice to inspire millions globally. She refuses to conceal her vitiligo. She speaks with fierce openness, dismantling harmful stereotypes and fostering understanding. In a society that judges appearance harshly, Winnie's striking presence completely disrupts outdated norms. She proves that beauty is never uniform perfection, but unapologetic, confident diversity. Every stunning runway appearance or magazine cover marks more than personal triumph. It signifies a monumental victory for anyone who has ever felt alienated or out of place. Winnie Harlow's profound story serves as a powerful reminder that true rebirth does not always require a catastrophic event. It can ignite from a simple shift in self-perception. No soul can completely control what happens to their body or life, but everyone chooses how to respond. Winnie refused to let grueling circumstances define her. She rebuilt herself with unwavering confidence, persistence, and an unbreakable spirit. This stands as the ultimate lesson. You do not need flawless perfection to be accepted. You just need the courage to be fully, unapologetically yourself. Number 9. Myra Ali. Skin as delicate as a butterfly's wing transcends mere poetic imagery. It is the harrowing reality Myra Ali endures every waking second. Battling a rare condition known as dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa, or EB, her body completely lacks the vital proteins needed to anchor its layers. Consequently, her flesh tears and blisters like thin paper at the gentlest contact. This is a brutal, relentless war against her own anatomy, an existence where safety is an impossible luxury, and even the most routine motions inflict devastating open wounds. The most jaw-dropping element of this 31-year-old's narrative is her unfathomable composure amidst excruciating physical torment. While the majority of EB sufferers depend on heavy-duty narcotics to endure their relentless skin tears, Myra relies exclusively on standard paracetamol as her sole defense. This profound choice extends far beyond medical routine. It represents a monumental pain tolerance that completely shatters conventional medical understanding, proving her internal fortitude is infinitely tougher than her fragile physical armor. To preserve her life and basic survival, Myra has endured a harrowing gauntlet of endless high-risk reconstructive procedures. Every agonizing trip to the surgical theater is a dangerous gamble with mortality, intended to repair structural damage and thwart fatal complications from taking hold. These brutal medical operations transcend cosmetic concerns, representing a fierce, continuous struggle to shield an anatomy locked in perpetual high alert against an unforgiving environment. Defiantly refusing to let a brutal diagnosis define her existence, the Solihull native took a fearless step, choosing cosmetic enhancements to revitalize her appearance. Pursuing non-surgical rhinoplasty and dermal fillers is her way of reclaiming absolute sovereignty over her body, despite the terrifying risks to her sensitive skin. She completely rejects the victim label, transforming into a woman who fiercely dictates her own aesthetic standards, shattering the deep psychological barriers and toxic stigmas her rare disease attempted to impose. Myra Ali's profound crusade now stretches far beyond healing her own wounds, transforming her into a monumental champion for the global rare disease community. She fiercely educates humanity on raw empathy while igniting a brilliant beacon of hope for those in despair, proving true strength never resides in a flawless physique. Her extraordinary life serves as a striking reminder to cherish every moment of peace, standing as proof that immortal beauty radiates from a resilient soul that refuses to bow to circumstance. Number 8. Amy Brooks. Amy Brooks entered this world facing the harrowing reality of phocomelia, yet her journey defies deficit, focusing entirely on forging extraordinary worth from her circumstances. Early on, she mastered radical self-reliance, adapting to conquer obstacles that seemed utterly insurmountable. Refusing to wait for society to conform, she boldly shattered limits, proving human capability transcends physical form. Amy's monumental trajectory hinges on relentless daily choices. Conquering academia, she forged a career emerging as a powerful motivational speaker, reshaping views on differences. Her crusade rejects pity, commanding a radical mindset evolution. The heaviest restrictions arise internally, When perspective undergoes a miraculous shift, boundless opportunities instantly start to unfold. The ultimate power within Amy Brooks's narrative lies in this raw, actionable truth. Flawless circumstances are never required to rebuild. True transformation is no sudden miraculous spectacle. It is the grueling consequence of executing daily discipline, even when momentum feels microscopic. Amy never ignores the harrowing trials bound to Focomelia, yet she fiercely refuses to let adversity dictate her legacy. Instead, she weaponizes her profound journey into an engine of empowerment, forcing people to look inward, confront reality, and act with relentless defiance. Here is the core value. It is never about your origin, but how far you passionately resolve to go. Number 7. Brianna Worden. Her left side remains a harrowing labyrinth of tumors, a brutal reality Brianna has confronted since she was just 2 months old. Neurofibromatosis type 1, NF1, is far more than a cold medical definition. It is a silent invader enveloping her from the neck down, weaving both inside and outside her skin. Bound to a destiny forged by complex genetic mutations, this resilient New York native has spent a lifetime navigating a grueling physical map of challenges few could ever fathom. 10 exhausting, life-altering surgeries spanning 22 grueling years have forged more than deep physical scars. They stand as living monuments to a succession of miraculous rebirths. Picture the harrowing torment of an 8-year-old child forced to completely relearn every step like an infant, or a young woman fighting to reclaim her words and voice following a punishing medical intervention. Emerging from the operating room, Brianna never merely survived. She revolutionized her identity, transforming biological devastation into blazing milestones of unyielding courage. Amidst the absolute depths of her struggle, melody became the guiding light as Brianna weaponized singing to heal her deepest wounds. She fiercely refused to let relentless tumors suffocate her artistic passion, utilizing her voice as a bold manifesto to live vibrantly despite unfathomable odds. For her, music transcends a simple hobby. It remains a powerful weapon to crush internal insecurity, transforming sounds she nearly lost forever into miraculous anthems that deeply inspire millions of hearts worldwide. Today, Brianna stands as a magnificent monument of unyielding resolve, proving human dignity is never diminished by physical deformity. Her astonishing journey does far more than raise awareness for a rare condition. It offers a masterclass in confronting tragedy with a defiant smile and unwavering grit. She remains a thunderous reminder that no matter how brutal destiny becomes, we retain the supreme power to command our existence, radiating brilliant light through our deepest imperfections. Number 6. Lily Magno. Lily Magno, a 25-year-old from New Jersey, endured a harrowing teenage skateboarding accident that claimed her front teeth. Yet she transformed this trauma into an astonishing testament of unshakable self-confidence. Refusing to hide, she fearlessly integrated her dentures into a vibrant personal brand, ignoring the immature reactions of shallow dating partners. For Lily, shattering the mask of perfection acts as a filter for superficial connections, offering an inspiring lesson on intrinsic value. True magnetism, she proves, always stems from embracing one's own imperfections with absolute pride. Number 5. Esther Jimenez. In 2011, Esther Jimenez endured an unfathomable nightmare when a brutal workplace assault involving devil acid shattered her life. The harrowing attack inflicted severe burns, claimed her eye, and left her face so profoundly altered that her own children could no longer recognize her. Through 28 agonizing surgeries, she fought valiantly not merely to reconstruct her features, but to reclaim her very soul. Refusing to yield to an uncaught attacker, she confronted this devastating tragedy head-on. Today, every single scar serves as a miraculous symbol of rebirth, proving that her resilient spirit remains completely unbroken. Rising far beyond survival, Esther spearheaded an astonishing justice revolution for fellow burn survivors. Utilizing social media, she fearlessly exposes her vulnerabilities to shatter societal stigma, inspiring millions with a profound definition of beauty. Today, Esther stands as a monumental voice advocating for stricter acid crime legislation, fiercely determined to prevent future tragedies. She proves that while physical appearance can be destroyed, the brilliance of human kindness remains an unquenchable light. Her harrowing journey has become a powerful manifesto of courage, turning deep scars into an eternal legacy of hope. Number 4. Lucas Santamaria. Inside a New Jersey hospital, the miraculous arrival of Lucas Santamaria defied medical predictions when a rare encephalocele left a portion of his brain exposed outside his skull. This harrowing birth was not just a technical challenge for doctors, but the start of a breathtaking struggle for survival for his entire family. Existing without a standard physical form, Lucas carried a unique anatomical reality that made him a focal point of immense compassion from his very first moments of seeing the light of day. Rather than surrendering to a grim fate, elite specialists executed high-risk reconstructive surgery to return the brain tissue and reshape the boy's cranium. This was a fierce race against time, where every surgical maneuver carried the profound fears and desperate hopes of his parents. The resounding success of this harrowing procedure was more than a triumph for modern medicine. It was a testament to love's power to turn the tide in dire situations, granting Lucas a miraculous chance at life. Today, Lucas stands no longer as a fragile medical patient, but as a vibrant monument of rising above profound adversity, capturing millions of hearts. He grows up to the sheer amazement of his community, shattering all perceived limitations of human recovery and offering boundless hope to struggling families globally. His astonishing journey confirms a deep truth that life always carves its own path, and every individual, regardless of differences, deserves a bright future filled with joy. Number 3. The Samuel family. These striking white patches contrasting against young Samuel's rich brown skin are no accident. They reveal the profound legacy of a rare condition called piebaldism. In Brazil, this unmistakable trait has endured through 4 generations of his family, beginning with his great-grandfather and preserved like an exclusive genetic code. Not a flaw, Samuel's family embraces these snowy markings as sacred emblems, bridging the present with decades of ancestral history, crowning him part of a legendary and rare bloodline. In a fierce contrast to the insecurity his mother Niviane once endured, Samuel entered this world possessing an astonishing innate confidence. At just 6 years old, this remarkable boy makes no effort to conceal his uniqueness. Instead, he fearlessly showcases his striking natural beauty directly to the camera lens. Samuel's radiant bravery has completely shattered the psychological barriers that haunted previous generations. He proves that being different is never a burden, but a miraculous gift, fueling a vibrant, unforgettable identity that boldly defies traditional societal norms. Samuel's journey transcends a mere tale of a unique child. It serves as a profound reminder that the exact traits making us uncommon can transform into our greatest strength. Embracing a rare genetic condition, Samuel transformed it into pure pride and majestic inspiration for millions worldwide. What emotions stirred within you after witnessing this chronicle? Would you possess the unfathomable confidence like Samuel to display your true, unvarnished self? Drop a comment below and share your perspective. If this narrative touched you, hit like and subscribe to never miss more inspiring videos. Number 2. Bebe Vio. Bebe Vio never entered the spotlight. Through an easy path, she emerged from a devastating, life-altering turning point. As a child, she battled severe bacterial meningitis, triggering harrowing medical interventions to save her life. Yet instead of letting this story end in tragic loss, Bebe made an astonishing decision, not just to survive, but to return infinitely stronger. She returned to fencing, a relentless sport demanding blinding speed, precision, and immense mental toughness, using specialized, custom, adaptive equipment. From day one, she refused to request lower standards. She chose a harsher road to prove that true limits never reside in the body, but in how we define ourselves. Her triumphant return was no overnight miracle. It was forged through relentless discipline. Bebe painstakingly relearned every movement, balance, reaction, and weaponizing pressure into a distinct advantage. Each training session became a fierce crucible of persistence, where errors were analyzed, never hidden. Her elite coaches maintained unyielding standards solely because she demanded it. Over time, movements grew fluid, speed surged, and profound confidence was built on real progress, not empty motivation. This is the untold reality. Rebirth isn't a sudden burst of inspiration. It's a system of right habits repeated to create a breakthrough. Her achievements speak with absolute clarity. Bebe Vio has captured multiple gold medals at the Paralympic Games and World Championships, becoming the ultimate icon of adaptive sports. Yet her impact stretches far beyond medals. Bebe fiercely promotes athletic access, highlights assistive technology, and masterfully reframes difference as a resource. Every time she competes, audiences don't just watch a match, they witness an astonishing new standard. Supreme excellence never manifests in a single form. What shines brightest in Bebe Vio's story is her profound definition of rebirth. It is never about returning to who you were. It is about engineering a completely new version, clearer in purpose, unyielding in discipline, and broader in impact. She never denies the past, but she refuses to let it dictate her future. Her message remains direct. Start with what you have. Set specific goals, break them down, and stay disciplined when no one is watching. Ultimately, the turning point isn't the circumstance, it's the decision you make after it. Number 1. Anugrah Arshaka. At just 7 months old, little Anugrah Arshaka is fighting an unimaginable battle for survival. Born with a rare, devastating condition known as congenital anencephaly, his entire existence has been a harrowing journey from day one. Because crucial parts of his head and facial structures never formed, his fragile life depends entirely on endless hospital evaluations to keep his vital signs stable. Meanwhile, overwhelming medical bills are crushing his family. His devoted father works as a construction laborer, but with an unstable income providing the bare daily necessities feels nearly impossible. In their bleakest, most desperate moments, his heartbroken parents are forced to lean on external aid, borrowing emergency funds from relatives just to cover essential survival needs, like diapers and milk for their fragile child. Despite life being an agonizing struggle and their precious son showing little medical improvement, the family's fierce, unconditional love serves as their only unyielding sanctuary. Ultimately, Anugrah Arshaka's profound, heartbreaking journey continues to strike a chord with many, radiating an indelible message of compassion, communal support, and the true meaning of empathy throughout their entire community. Nature is an indiscriminate architect. Sometimes it builds prisons of fragile bones tearing skin, or genetic mutations that invite the ruthless judgment of an obsessed society. But the ultimate act of human defiance is refusing to apologize for your own survival. These warriors took the very deformities the world told them to hide and forged them into armor. They dismantled the sterile, manufactured illusion of perfection, proving that true magnetism is born in the fires of agony. True beauty is not symmetrical. It is a violent, triumphant rebellion against the limitations imposed by a broken genetic code. You've glimpsed the abyss, now join the rebellion. If you possess the psychological endurance to witness unusual humans whose very existence will completely defy all logic, you belong here. This isn't just a casual feed, it's an underground archive of the impossible. Subscribe to Epic Human Stories, hit the notification bell, and step into the shadows with us. Reality is fractured. Are you brave enough to watch?